Hi, and welcome back once again to Spirituality with a Spin. I am Ryan Keys, your host. And if you are watching me for the first time today, you're going to probably be shocked. You're going to sit back and you're going to say, what in the hell is wrong with this guy? What's wrong with your face, Ryan? What is going on? And if you've been following me, you understand that I've been going through skin cancer treatment, and I have chosen the path of practicing what I preach. So many times it's easy to say something. So many times it's easy to hide behind a fake smile or to post a personalized quote on social media, and meanwhile inside you feel like crap and you're hoping no one will see. I, on the other hand, am coming from a place of where I practice what I preach all the time, every time, non-stop. And I've been doing it and overcoming obstacle after obstacle in my life and helping so many of you do the same thing. I stand in the gap with you and for you and help steer you into the right direction based on what your truth says. So today we are going to talk about that truth. We're going to talk about vulnerability being your best strength. We're going to talk about superiority. Superiority is separation. And that love literally has to begin with you. So for those of you that are seeking your twin flame, your soulmate, your divine love, your divine partner, remember, Mr. or Mrs. Right isn't going to make you right. They're not going to bring this ultimate amount of magic to help you manifest the changes inside of you. You have to look at you in the mirror and begin to make that difference every day, daily. You don't have to do it by yourself, but you have to start doing it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you are tired of that hole inside, if you're tired of the world around you seemingly not changing and nothing happening, if you're tired of feeling sorry for yourself, follow me inside and we'll sit down side by side and ask those difficult questions. And maybe, just maybe, we'll help you uncover something inside of yourself that you haven't seen before. I'll see you inside. So like I said in the beginning, as I smile and as my cheeks like fill with life, they fill with this pain as well, because this hurts. If you have followed me, you know that I talk about all kinds of things. Somebody even asked me, Ryan, you can't be happy all the time. You can't put this happiness, this jubilance all the time. How can you just face everything in such a positive way? You don't know what struggle is. I am telling you, I do. I am practicing what I preach right now. This is me, and this is who I am. For good or for bad. For happy or for sad. This will be my struggle for the next few months, and it's going to be my body that I have to do all of this with, this chemo crap that peels off my skin one layer at a time. And by being proactive and being homeopathic and being natural, yes, I am all that. I've been through struggles before. I'm a fighter. I believe you're a fighter. I believe that you have been through things that you haven't even given yourself credit for yet. I believe that when you begin to understand that the closest you can come to the Creator to creation is choice. And the way that you make that evident in your life is through what you voice, how you say it. I could say happy 3 different ways. I could say happy in a tone where I'm exuberant. I could say happy in an envious tone. I could say happy with regret. And what I've done is I've established that the emotion is what makes the move, not the word. But the word does have power because the word prompts me. It guides me. So when something's going wrong in my life, when something isn't going as planned, when I'm asking myself, who am I? Why am I here? What's going on in my life? How can I change my life when I feel so down or I feel so depressed? I have to begin to understand the level of words that I'm using and the emotion that's behind them. Don't be Lot's wife when she turned around. She turned into a pillar of preservation, salt. Your past is a schematic. Your past is about understanding the world around you, but it's not forecasting your future. That's why I get so enamored in people like talking about past lives. Yes, we can talk about past lives all day long, and they're beautiful, they're great, that's great. It's a good story, it's a good experience, but you don't need it to be your best self in this life. You don't need to handle anything. Everything has been put into this space. Do you not think that your soul is designed so beautifully that it brought everything you need to know and everything you need to learn to right here and right now? Do you not even understand that your very answer is inside of you? I can't change you. I can spur you on. I can try to ignite the fire inside of you. I can help you select you go left or right. I can stand at the crossroad all day long. I can help you weigh your decision. I can ask questions looking into the abyss side by side with you. But I can't change you, nor can you change me. You can't change the world, nor can I. This is me trying to change the world. And instead I'm learning I can't change the world. I can only change me, and if changing me helps you to see, so you can help to begin to change yourself, now that is where power is. That is where foundation is formed. That is where these goosebumps that I just got all over my body, that is where they connect. And how do we do that? In your search for love, in your search for your soulmate or your twin flame, what are you really looking for? You're looking for acceptance. You're looking for validation. You're looking for a higher awareness. You're looking for happiness. You're looking to fill the void that's in here. When you're looking for a Bentley and for a big house and for a vacation, when you're trying to get the record deal, when you're trying to move forward into your job, when you're working 7 days a week, pushing yourself for the 6-figure salary, what are you looking for? Acceptance, acknowledgement. You're looking to fill happiness with everything from the outside in. Not understanding that it has to be from the inside out. Like all the conspiracy theorists say, you want to know what is an inside job? Love and happiness. That's an inside job. When the mask drops from the airplane as you're going through this tragic situation, you put the mask on yourself first, then you help your friend or your family that's next to you. Why? Because you have to be the one that affects change. The change doesn't begin at the top, it begins at the bottom with you. You are that answer. You want your soulmate, you want your twin flame. I've told you so many times, the twins is within. The soulmate manifesto, the twin flame energy has to be lit inside of you, or Mr. or Mrs. Right will still be wrong. Why are you so afraid to build a foundation? Why are you so afraid to do something every day that will change your life? What is it? Is it the struggle? Is it the 1 foot following the next? Is it the methodical nature of being able to uncover this system of seeing yourself so that you can begin to make a difference? Or do you believe that you have to make the big difference in order to have big changes? Because the big change comes from you doing something different every day. It doesn't come from the top down. It doesn't come from a law. It doesn't come from a new protocol that Congress passes. It doesn't come from that. God didn't change the world. He made you and gave you everything. Put you in place to be the gardener of good and evil. So that when you make that selection, that choice, you infect or affect the world. That's why I always do my 3, 2, 1 countdown. 3, me, 2, we, 1, we're one. Because sometimes 3 seconds saves you a lot of heartache. Sometimes 3 seconds saves you so much pain and suffering because you see it a different way before you see it this responsive way. There is a beautiful quote that I wanted to share with you, and there's actually a couple quotes that I would love to really just go over, because these quotes have a lot of power in them, and I want you to understand that being vulnerable is a strength. You can say it's not. You can say, oh, I'm putting my heart out there to be broken. Better to be broken than never have been at all. Better to have lost your love than to never have loved at all, because love in itself is the most beautiful thing you will ever have. Better to have loved a job and given it your everything and then the job goes away. Better to have started that business that you loved and you put everything and poured everything into it and it didn't work. Because what's the flip side? You didn't do anything. So, Brendan Brown, I now see how owning our story and loving ourselves through the process is the bravest thing that we will ever do. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? You see the beauty in this? The evidence of that beauty? It's tough. I'm here to tell you that it's tough. Being vulnerable is not easy, but stop looking for acceptance. Stop looking for acknowledgement. Stop looking for the value outside of yourself and begin to see the true you. You are not that dollar wage that you earn. You are a wonderful, loving person that has the potential to change and save a life. If you've even saved one life through the course of all the years you've been on the planet, you've done something wonderful. Now, what if that one life that you saved was you, and saving your life in turn saves all the lives of those around you, like being on that plane when that mask drops? You're not going to know until you start working on it. You're not going to know. When you are loving yourself, when Source says, you want your soulmate? And you say, God, yeah, I really, really do. Why do you want your soulmate? Why do you want your twin flame? Why do you want this divine partner? If you're not willing to do the work on yourself, why do you want to throw in somebody that's already done the work? Or why do you want to put in somebody that you want to love diligently if you're not loving yourself? I'm not telling you you have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm going through an imperfect struggle in a perfect way because I'm going through it open. I'm going through it with passion. It's painful, but I'm passionate about it. Being here and helping you, I'm passionate about. I put the mask on myself first. That's why I'm sitting here. That's why I'm unclothed. That's why you see me in my state of suffering. This is my mask on first on the airplane. And as my skin peels off one layer at a time, so does the ego. So does all the effort. So does all the evidence of all the things that my ego was holding on to. You know what they say? They say if you've loved someone, truly love them, you can never hate them. How many people did you say that you've loved over the course of your life that turned to hate? Now look at this. What if love and hate don't occupy the same space? And what if that love that you thought you had for that person wasn't love at all? Now maybe you can lessen the reason to hate them, because perhaps you were presenting something to them that wasn't actually true. Expectation and assumption, the 4 agreements. If you gave them something that you felt that they wanted to see, and then you're angry at them because you couldn't keep up that facade, or if you picked someone believing that they could be something that they're not, who's wrong? Let us start to work on ourselves. Let us start to function with ourselves. Let us start to go through a protocol of being open and being vulnerable. Develop habits. Write things down. Keep a journal. Exercise. Start doing single tasks throughout the day. Separating something that you can do different every day. Focus on a goal. Eliminate things that aren't essential. Clear your life of clutter. Operate in a place of kindness. Bring compassion. Do your 3, 2, 1 countdown. Do something different every day for 365 days. That's what I did. And I'm not telling you things that I haven't done. I'm telling you things that you can do, and you can do them diligently. You know how you can change the world? Avoid excess. Be kind. Be open. Come from a place of action and strength. Be vulnerable. Be an example. When people start to see you stepping up, they're going to wonder what it is that you're doing. When you start avoiding excess, when you start exercising good judgment, when you stop using fear and worry and doubt, when you stop operating in a place of anger, you begin to affect those around you. You can't be here and affect in India effectively as much as you will be in your own family right here. Change you, your family, your friends, your community, your country, and the world around you will follow. We have to save the world one person at a time, and that's the essence of what Charles Bukowski said. Live intentionally. Live intentionally. Live internally. Understand that your answer comes from the inside out. The void that people are filling with cars and houses and products and these 6-figure salaries and all of these ideas and these idols. It's not filling the void. Why do you think people are still killing themselves? Why do you think we still have war? Why do you think we have crazy people doing crazy things? Because they're trying to fill the void from the outside. You ever tried to fill a glass from the outside? You got a glass. You're going to pour water all around it, and it's never going to get inside. Pour water in it. Fill you. And then you can fill the world. Make your own truth. Share it with the world. Believe in kindness and compassion. Believe in a place of love. Don't judge other people. Don't always be in a state of protect. Be in a place of understanding, compassion. Write yourself a permission slip and say, "Dear beautiful self, I give myself permission to be my true, authentic self today. I give myself permission to tenderly go and express my deepest loving nature and kindness today. If someone cuts me off, if someone does something wrong to me, I give myself full permission to be kind in the face of that." And then begin to celebrate. Celebrate and inspire others. You know why relationships fail? Because you stop seeing the person you saw on the first date. Do you know why people get fired from jobs? Because they stop seeing the job that they first started with. They get complacent. Their struggle becomes a separation instead of something that helps them see everyone else. When I see my face, when I look at my face, I begin to see you. I begin to see your struggles. And I hope that you see the same. I begin to identify with you. And my practicing what I preach, my being present in this entire platform is about being an example. Am I perfect? Hell no, I'm not perfect. Am I trying to be perfect? No, I'm not. I'm just trying to be me. Purposed, passion, present. I speak because I have to speak, because it's in my blood, in my bones, it's in my very voice. It's what drives me. Do I make a difference in the world? I don't know. but I make a difference every doggone day. And that difference that I make is whether it's a handshake, a pat on the back, helping someone not be afraid, sending a happy song or a silly video, or working with someone on a personal basis. I coach people. I do readings for people. I do healings for people. I'm practicing what I preach. Practice, not perfect, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be my best self. I found what works for me, and then I'm trying to move forward in that. When it comes to saving the environment, you can't believe you're superior. When it comes to saving animals, you can't believe that you're at the top of the food chain. I believe that if you were in a situation where your boat capsized and you're floating in the ocean, you're going to quickly see that you're not at the top of the food chain. You ever hear a bear outside of your tent, you're going to fully understand you're not at the top of the food chain. Change starts by listening to yourself, by taking time for yourself, by surrounding yourself with things that support this quest, focusing on hope instead of hate, building healthy boundaries instead of barriers, knowing your limitations, understanding that language and changing your voice and your speak is about changing the distance that you can run. It's changing the evidence of who you are. Self-care isn't selfish. You don't have to be a superhero. You just have to be yourself. You just have to see yourself. You have to begin to focus on you and see that you and everybody, because you are we. You're important. You matter. And if you take care of yourself, guess what happens? Your life begins to take shape. And for those of you that are still here, let me give you an energetic tip for the week. I do the I Ching, I do angel cards, I do all kinds of intuitive readings, I do all kinds of stuff, and you can find those on my site. But the hexagram 4 is about inexperience, and that's the hexagram that I got. And it's about a fresh spring air climbing over the mountain, where the superior person is refining their character, where you've been through a lot of things, but now you're beginning to effectively change with the tiniest of aspects. That being a pupil and a mentor is something special to you, that you have become a beautiful student, and now you're beginning to understand the quest. That you are emphasizing an eternal nature where you are going to be able to start understanding these terminologies and these words, and your lack of inexperience is kind of graduating and transforming into hexagram 57. So hexagram 4 to hexagram 57, which is the penetrating wind, and the wind that follows upon you, wandering the earth, penetrating gently and persistently. The superior person expands their influences by reaffirming the decision and carrying out promises. Small, persistent, focused effort brings success. Seek advice from someone you respect. Be that someone that you respect. Gentle persuasion is the key in any instance. Words are soft. Seek to be understood, not just heard. Gentle words are worth their weight in gold if spoken with influence and with heart. All persuasion should be without effort and be consistent and persistent. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback and take it with a grain of salt. So that's a little bit of energy for the week. Peace, light, and love, and I will see you on the other side. And it does hurt to smile. It really does.